Eddie Howe, have you lost your mind? How are you gonna go out here and say publicly, that you are considering an Antony move for 40 million, lads? 40 million. If Antony is 40 million, the game is gone and will never be recovered. They are gonna dig up a hole, put the game in there, and throw it out the window because it's absolute disgrace, mate. No way Antony, of all people, is worth 40 million. He'll be lucky to get half of that. But anyways, Elanga's a decent player. I could see them going out to getting him. They could get him for at least half of what they think Antony's valued at, which is nowhere close to 40 million, But Newcastle has other needs. If we check the lineup right here, they obviously have a problem in defense here. Obviously they do have a couple injuries here and there, especially in the center back position, but they were heavily linked to Marguehi, and they didn't end up getting that signing over the line, which I thought would have been very crucial for them going forward. But if you're running it with Dan Burn at center back, there's a problem. Now, the fact that you got that win over Tottenham is pretty impressive with that back line, and that just shows how poor Tottenham has looked so far. Yeah, they have had their little bright spots here, Heung-min Son. But aside from that, Solanke's already gone down with an injury. You're losing to Newcastle with a poor back line. You're drawing to promoted Leicester City. Pretty sad there. But attacking-wise, with Newcastle here, Anthony Gordon, if you're going to sell him, obviously you're going to bring in another winger and try to get him for a little bit cheaper so to get a profit off Gordon and bring in someone cheaper, which Antony would be that, or Elanga. But the lack of quality would just drop off heavily. And I think this attack is fine as long as you keep Isaac healthy here. This man is going to be the most important player for Newcastle because he has the capabilities of giving you 25 goals a season in the Premier League. Last year, he gave you, around 20 without penalties. That just shows the level of goal scoring he is. So the second you let him go, then all panic in Newcastle. But this lad right here is the reason why Newcastle is going to be in European football next season. And then obviously in the midfield, I think you saw it with Bruno Guimaraes, Yef Tonali, Joelinton. But there's no need to go out here and spend 40 million on Antony when you were trying to sign Mark Guehi. Get the Mark Guehi deal done before you go out there and spend on a poor player, because look, transfer market has him at 25 million value, right? Look at this man's stats in England. 11 goals and 5 assists in all comps. If you check the Premier League, 55 games, 5 goals, 3 assists. You understand how poor that is for a lad that was bought for 95 million? 95 million, and that's what it gets you. That's absolutely atrocious. Martinelli for 7 million to Arsenal, second division Brazilian team. Sends Martinelli to Arsenal, and in his worst season, you cannot catch him scoring only 5 goals in a season. It's absolutely atrocious. And I'm not talking 5 goals in a season, 55 games, 5 goals, lads. That means he played 50 games where he couldn't score a goal as an attacker. £100 million player, basically, couldn't score more than 5 goals in 55 games. That's how poor Erik ten Hag and Man United were signing this lad. Clearly, he's out of his depth here in England. And you're going to tell me that Newcastle's going to go out here and spend 40 million? If you do this, Ineos deserves an award for changing Man United for the better. Because if they can get 40 million out of Newcastle to sign this piss poor player, then I understand why Ineos is getting a round of applause. And I will go out here and tell Ineos you're doing a fantastic job, because the fact that you can get 40 million off this dead weight is going to be an absolute scam. That is like getting robbed. That is like giving a scammer your credit card voluntarily and being like, hey, you want a credit card to spend for the next month? Here you go. That's literally what's going on there. But anyways, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos. Leave a comment down below if you think Antony is worth 40 million. And if you don't think so, let me know around how much. And if I see somebody say more than 40 million, you are getting banned. Alright, you are getting reported for false information. But anyways, thank you guys for watching.